Please join me in welcoming Marius, a seasoned expert in the Microsoft technologies and a recognized Microsoft MVP. With deep expertise in the data architectures and the low-code solution, Marius brings a wealth of the knowledge to today's session. He will be walking us through the powerful capabilities of the Microsoft Dataverse with a focus on how it enables more efficient data structure and reduce the client-side workloads through the server-side function, formerly known as an instant low-code plugins. Marius will also introduce to the PowerFX, the declarative strongly typed language that power these functions and demonstrate how reusable logic objects in the Dataverse can streamline business processes and boost performance. Get ready to explore how to bring the intelligence and efficiency to your data layer. Over to you, Marius.
Thanks, Ambesh. Yeah, I've chosen this new preview feature, so it's not ready yet. And we had this very related use Dataverse low-code plugins by Jürgen, like back when we really started this community. When you remember back to this video, it was like you write a PowerFX that is executed as a plugin, and that closes the gap of flows because it can be executed synchronously while flows cannot. And this is pretty similar, but this aims towards the custom APIs that we are able to build with C# right now. And then you have like an action that you can call, I don't know, from the ribbon, from somewhere else. And yeah, so it's callable from different spots, just not with a trigger like a record changing, but really like clicking a button or something. So you have a new functions workspace. I've pre-opened this because this formula took pretty long to load. You have the new functions workspace in your maker portal. And if you don't find it, go here with more, and then you have all the options because there's like a long list of 20 options that you may have. So we have functions here. Then you can create a function. And yeah, you have input parameters, you have output parameters like every good action should have. And then you can add table references, I think up to 5, which you want to interact. And here you can see my the function that I did. So I'm working with the account here. I'm first looking it up by its GUID. Here's the thing, data types are restricted. I couldn't give in a GUID, so I passed in a string, then converted to a GUID here, and then make my lookup, and then I patch the accounts table with this description, hello Power Platform learners, and finally I'm just writing the description to the output so that we can see the results. So I will cancel this because I haven't changed anything. And then you have also the option that is nice for development. You can click here test, and then you can see my input parameters. I could play it and then see the output. We will see the output in a bit because I have a practical demo. So when we do this, there is the function created inside my solution. There's also the fx expression, so the formula we gave in. And then there's also the custom API, a request parameter, account ID, that was my input, and the response property it's called, which was my output parameter. So this is pretty much, if you were to do a real custom API, a high code custom API, you would have those same 3 objects here, and behind the custom API is then your function, your class within the DLL you upload to Dataverse. And in this case, it's just the PowerFX formula that we put in. So, and then where to use this? My first idea was use it in the ribbon. Yeah, you make a button, set description, that will, because my function here will set the description of the account. I therefore included the environment as a second data source to the command library, called this function here, put this notify in to help me debug, right? Is it executed or was there a problem? And yeah, sadly, this doesn't work. I see this notification down here, but the function isn't called. So yeah, for the demo, I had to go with something different. I don't know if this is the modern commanding bugging me here, or if it's really about the preview feature. But this was one of the reasons why I would have liked it, because in general, with the modern commanding, I don't like that it is app bound. Right, and if you have a functionality that you write to the ribbon and you need it in two different apps, you have to maintain the PowerFX code in two different places, in two different command libraries. And I thought, oh, this is perfect, because you put it into the function and then you just call the function. And if you change the function code, the logic inside it will change in both apps. Sadly, that didn't work for me here yet. So instead, I created a custom page. And so this custom page has a table of accounts. You select an account, and then down here in the description button, I pretty much have the same logic, right? I just disable the button to see the progress. And then I call on environment, which is added as a data source and has all these functions. It has all the global actions and global custom APIs, where I can pass in my account ID. And again, because I can't pass a GUID, I have to convert the GUID to text first. But yeah. So let's go over to the set description app. So if I select my test account here and click set description, and now the description is set because the button is enabled again. You don't see it yet because I first have to refresh the grid. And there we go. Hello, Power Platform Learners is now written to the account. I suggest using these functions or the formulas with care, because still there's problems with the debugging of PowerFX. So I wouldn't suggest doing something very complex in there. That's really something you want to do maybe in flows, because you can much better look inside what happens. But if you have simple functionality and you won't go into the high code way because of all the setup you need to do, and if you don't have it in the project yet, this is a good idea to start with PowerFX, because yeah, it's just much quicker opening up a new function, writing in a few lines of code, and just be done with it, right? Everything else is handled by the platform. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you for joining, and back over to you, Ambesh.
Thank you so much, Marius, for an insightful and inspiring ideas or the insight about the topic. Your deep dive into the Microsoft Dataverse server side function and the PowerFX have a clear or given us a clear understanding of how to build the smarter and the more efficient data solutions. If you found this session valuable, don't forget to like the videos and subscribe the channel if you have not already yet. Your support helps us to continue bringing the expert-led content to the community. Thank you so much.